This video, we're gonna talk about the laser cutting machines and how you make your files for laser cutter. So the Fab Lab that we have the machines like this. So Epilog Fusion laser cutting machine, okay? And again, you have to take the training before using or reserve the spot to use these machines. So again, this is almost like a big printer. Instead of using ink, this one use laser for cutting or and etching. In terms of the material, most of actually fabrics will work well. Even some natural fibers like cotton or synthetic fibers like cotton, the polyester will work well. Okay. Also, you can use acrylic, plywood, some mat board or poster board. Even you can cut paper, but you cannot use PVC or vinyl or the fiberglasses because it generates very toxic fumes. So you shouldn't use PVC, vinyl, and the fake leather. You can use the leather for etching or cutting, but you cannot use the fake leather. In terms of the size wise, the machine that we have here has the cutting bed of the 40 by 20 inches, 28 inches. So if you, most of the time fabric might be bigger, so you have to think wisely to cut this, dimension. So I think because you're gonna take the training, you will get information about the safety issue in terms of the ventilations kind of thing. And then these are some kind of components that you have to know before you are using machines. But we will revisit this part when we meet in the Fab Lab. So this is kind of view from the top of the machines. And this is the control panel, and this is the gauge that you need to use whenever you adjust this cutting bed here. So most of the time, the technician in Fab Lab will turn on the machines, but just for your information, this is the on-off switch switch here. And then this is the control panel. Depends on the job that you like to use or you like to adjust. These are some options. We'll come back here once we make our Illustrator file. So before we do Illustrator file, I wanted to give you some kind of general information about file that you need to make. So in terms of the size, paper size, artboard size, we put the 40 by 20 inches. Even your material is smaller than this, we put this measurement. That way we know where your cutting will be placed, okay, on the bed. And then the important thing here is if you are printing out this kind of the label here that we're gonna do in a little bit, if you do cutting, it should be 0.001. But if whatever the line, whatever the image, whatever the drawing that you have is bigger than 0.001, will be regarded as etching, engraving, okay? Okay, so let's start the Illustrator. So this is Illustrator. We will open a new file, and again, we will do 40 by 28 inches. Okay, inches here. CMYK 300 resolution. And then you may name laser something like this. Okay, then we will actually make the label here. So before we start, I'm going to put some rulers here to know the size that we are making. Again, I may zoom in. So the artboard size that I have is 40 inches wide and then 28 inches long. So go to window and then no, not the window. Go to view and then I will do show rulers. And then it shows ruler in terms of the inch interval. Now it's kind of 8-inch interval. So if you zoom in, okay. So now it is about 1-inch interval. So I usually, when I draw, I may zoom in even more. But when I check the how it is look like, then I may make my ruler about an inch interval like this to know the actual size. Anyway, okay, so I may move around. Okay, so I'm going to make my label. Maybe first one could be very basic one. So I will draw a rectangle box here. And as you see, my rectangle is starting from 4 inches to 12 inches, so 8 inches wide. And then this is about, I may move around. Yeah, so this is about 4 inches to 8 inches. So this is 4 inches long. So 8 inches wide and then 4 inches long. Okay, so I may make a corner kind of circular. And then for this one, because I wanted to cut my label, right? I wanted to cut out my label. My label, the box that I have should be, not the transparency, stroke, okay? And if you do not have this, go to window and select stroke, and then the size should be, again, 0.001, okay? So it's really fine. So the line is almost invisible. But this way, the machine think this is line for cutting and it will cut. And I wanted to add some circle kind of hole here. And then maybe I will do copy and paste, Command C, Command V, like this. So when I print, the box outside here and then these two holes will be cut, okay? But the line, whatever the letter or image that I will include here will not be cut, okay? Because I gonna make this one as a thicker. So maybe here, handmade. I know the letter is tiny, so I'm going to make it bigger. Handmade. And then because we are using this one to see how it looks, okay? So handmade will be just black, okay? And then second one, maybe handmade beautiful. And this time, oops, my spelling is not right. And then I'm going to actually use this one as the color wise, I will make this one as a gray. So once you print this, and then I put some symbol. I think there's some symbol in terms of the letter. I don't know. Maybe, or I can draw some hearts. Sorry. Okay. I may draw P as a pen tool, or I can draw. I may zoom in even more. Okay. And then A. Okay. So this is my heart. So I'm going to move this one here. Okay. So, and again, this is a few black color here. And then let's do maybe this one as a gradient. And then this one is kind of gray. So once you, oh, actually I realized this is not 0.001. It won't cut. Okay, so make sure that whatever the line that you need to cut needed to be, oh, this is then 0.001. Why this isn't changed? Okay. A cancel. Oops. Okay. So 0.00. Enter. Okay. So now these lines are cutting and this one. So depends on your fabric, it might be different, but usually if your image is darker, then it will burn more, which means it will be brighter. And then light color means less burn, which means could be darker. But it depends on your color. So anyway, there is some color differences in terms of etching. And of course, you can do some images, actual picture for this one, and you will be on black and white kind of look. But you can actually see the difference. Okay. So depends on the color that you are using on here. So next one is going to be, I may use my initial, so which is G, and then, so I want my label a little bit more unique shape rather than just rectangle box. But again, it's okay. I just wanted to make a size first. So I wanted to cut, but again, do you remember we can actually change it to our own font? So I wanted to make it even thicker. So go to object, oops, sorry. Go to object. Object, and then object, and then go to expand, and then you can make it thicker. So it doesn't need it to be G, it can be your own initial. The reason, I mean, if you can find a good font, then you may use that one, okay? I just wanted to make it, my label will cut out that is a little thicker. Okay, so, okay, my then if I print out like this will be just etch it, not any cutting. So what I will need to do is I will actually Command C, Command B, and then no fill, but just line. Also, I wanted to cut only outside, right? Not inside. So what I will need to do is I will scissor tool. Okay, so I cut the inside and then ungroup so I can, oops. I think I cut, yeah, right? Okay. Delete. And then I may use this one, oops, to know the where I should put. So what I'm going to do is I will actually change this one to 0.001. And then I make just a little bigger. Okay, so this is again 0.001, and then I will put around here 0.001. Okay, so do you see my line label will be print out like this. So etched this and then cut out this. Okay. And then my third logo will be kind of unique shape again. So what I will do is I will draw a circle, and then circle. So, and then I will use Pathfinder. Pathfinder, and then combine. So my label will be, oops, cutting like this, and then I wanted to put some word here, and then I use pen tool, P, and then I will type on the path tool, oops, and then bear. Actually, I want more everything as a oops. Sorry, I should zoom in. Okay. And then I want my label. Oops, too big. Command G. Okay, sorry, 6. And then bring this one here. Yeah, something like that. So my label will print out with the bear face and then letter of bear inside. Okay. And then on a, maybe you can do this kind of thing even more, right? So I try to make a going around, but let's see. Command V. Command V. And then one more. And then with the Pathfinder, let's do combined. And then again, I want this irregular shape to be cut. So I may do again 0.001. So this will be cut like this. And then I may put my initial again inside to see. Okay. So what I want you to do is I actually have like 4 different kind of the label design here. So what I want you to do is I want you to make your version, one more version of label design here. So let's make 5 label design and then submit. So again, need to be saved as a, your last name and then laser practice AI file, and then make sure whenever it want to cut, then you have to make 0.001, okay? And then if it's just etching, you can do whatever. So even if we want to, you know, you can use the some different colors or gradient, or you can use even pattern. You may try actually use some picture to see how you'll be etched. Okay, so you can use actually picture, but it will be black and white kind of look as etched, like a etched, rather than you know, just colors. But actually it could be very unique ones that you've seen from the example. So once you make this file, save, and then bring this one to the you know, computer. I may do this one later. Okay, then what you will need to do is going to maybe using your flash drive or log into your cloud, and then open that file. So open that one in Illustrator again. Then what you have to do is you will need to go file and then select print. Again, this is a big printer. Instead of using ink, it use laser. And then go to, once you click go to file and print, you have to select the preferences. Then you will see these options. So I think you kind of heard from me saying that Adobe Illustrator is for the vector, and then Photoshop is raster. So vector is for here, is for the cutting, and then raster means for the engraving. So picture, engrave, vector line will cut. So whatever you draw with 0.001 point will be considered as a vector. And then it's bigger than this, or images that you use is going to be a raster. So most of the time we have combined, because we will cut the outside and then we will do etching inside. So we will select the combine here. Okay, job type should be combined here. And then you will need to adjust this setting for the raster and the vector. So if you go to the FabLab, there is a binder. So each material depends on your material. It shows the what setup that you have to do. So we will go over that one more time too in the Fab Lab. And then you should put the paper artwork size as 40 by 28 again. Okay. And then click OK. And then you don't need to really worry about that part. Okay. Then you have to click print, and then once you click the print, then you will see your file name on this control panel. Before you go, before you do this go, select the go, you have to place your materials. Again, on the cutting board, there's a, rulers available here too. So you know where your, the etching or cutting will be placed. And then once you put the place, then you adjust the placement. Then once you put the gauge like this, and then once the gauge hit your material, which is focus here, then everything check in terms of the ventilation is on, everything is on, then you can do go, and then you will beautifully print out your material here. So as you see from these images, this is 0.001 point that cut, and the inside one is going to be etching. So when we test, then you will see this kind of job work done. Okay.